So good evening, everyone. Welcome to BCAT's annual meeting and appreciation night. Can you hear me okay? Okay. My name is Linda McNamee. Oh, and I just fried my retinas. And as president of the BCAT Board of Directors, I would like to call our annual meeting to order. Give me a weapon. To kick off the evening, we have a special installment of one of BCAT's fantastic programs. Take a look.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome this evening, BCAT's annual meeting and appreciation awards to this special BCAT-themed match of Factathlon. I'm your quizmaster, Chris Flaherty. Thank you for joining us tonight. And we have two wonderful teams going head-to-head with some BCAT trivia tonight. On the red side of the stage is our adult volunteer team, the Silver Brigade. Welcome, guys. I owe you one. This team is composed of our B News lead anchor, Phil Gallagher, along with two of our most dedicated volunteers, Bill Hayes and Christina Nikitas. And they will be facing off against our student team sitting on the blue side of the stage, the Vias Mafia. And we have Aaron Trickett and Evan McNamee from our Video Voyager program, along with Nick Guerrero from our BHS TV program. I'm turning the buzzers on. Let's begin. And I wrote all of these. Alrighty. Question number one, and this is not multiple choice. BCAT is the town of Burlington's PEG access television station. What does PEG stand for? Silver Brigade.
Public Education and Government.
And that is a point for the Silver Brigade. Who was this is multiple choice. Most of our questions will be multiple choice unless I say otherwise. Who was the first host of the program B News Sports Hub? Was it Anthony Matos, Joe Viscioni, Liz Gillespie, or Phil Acaro? Evan.
C.
C is correct. Liz Gillespie. That is a point for our students. What long-running BCAT program recently recorded their landmark 200th episode? Students.
These Old Farts?
These Old Farts is correct. That is a point for the students.
We should have gotten that.
Yeah, you're the old farts.
All right.
I'm the young one.
Who was the voice of Purr the Cat in the animated special Rabbi Rocket Power?
My sister Gwyneth.
That is incorrect.
What?
Would you like to hear the rest of the question?
Yes.
Who is the voice of Purr the Cat in the animated special Rabbi Rocket Power and the Mystery of the Missing Menorah? Was it this gentleman right here, Elizabeth Bond, Robert Paris, or State Representative Ken Gordon?
Ken Gordon.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
I know it now.
Robert Paris was the voice of the
My
cat.
sister was the toy of the cat.
Which of the following is not a recurring segment of B News Weekly? Eye on Nature, Health and Fitness.
Eye on Nature.
That is incorrect.
Sydney does that, right?
Would you guys like to hear the whole question?
Yes, please.
Which of the following is not a recurring segment of B News Weekly? Eye on Nature, Health and Fitness, History Uncovered, or Hidden Gems of Cambridge Street? Yes.
History Uncovered?
I'm sorry?
History Uncovered?
That is incorrect.
Can we get in there again?
No, you already answered.
You already answered, guys.
Hidden Gems of Cambridge Street
I was
is not a
thinking
segment
that.
of B News Weekly yet.
Yes, we got
Which
that.
house of worship in Burlington just celebrated their 50th anniversary? They also broadcast their Sunday services on BCAT's public channel. Is it A, Heritage Park Baptist Church? Evan.
A.
A is correct. I was getting nervous. We just filmed that news.
I was blanking on the name.
What year was BCAT founded?
85?
That is incorrect.
You told me this, but
Silver Brigade.
79.
You don't have to buzz in. You can just say it if you want to. But I like the dramatic effect.
The dramatic effect. Well,
Yeah.
let me see. We started talking about it in 86.
That is incorrect. It is 1987. Back Talk is produced by what community organization? Evan.
Burlington Buzz?
That is incorrect. Silver Brigade.
Chamber of Commerce.
That is
Burlington Chamber
correct.
of
The
Commerce.
Burlington Area Chamber of Commerce. Name the two current staff members that were formerly members of Video Voyagers, and
Varys and you?
that is correct. Which of these BHS varsity teams did not make it into the playoffs this year? Was it boys hockey, boys soccer, girls hockey, or varsity football? Yes, Nick.
Bosby.
It's correct.
No, you got it.
It's boys soccer.
You accomplished your
Wow.
goal. I should have buzzed
All right.
in. I'm so nervous.
Which of these BCAT series did not premiere within the past year? Good Sports, The Discourse Dive, The Devil's Sunrise, or The Veris Variety?
Devil Sunrise?
That is correct. Who is the moderator for BCATs?
Is it you for fact half?
That is incorrect. Would you like to hear the whole question?
Yes, please.
Who is the moderator for BCAT's annual election coverage?
Alan Folk.
That is correct. Point for the Silver Brigade. Who is the host of the long-running BCAT program Open for Discussion?
Ali DeRocco.
Is correct. Point for the Silver
It's
Brigade.
my mom's show.
Burlington just celebrated a special birthday. How old is the...
250.
That is incorrect.
225.
That is correct. Point for the
Wow.
Silver Brigade.
Evan, you're throwing.
Parks and Recreation are in charge of putting on which of the following community events in town? The 4th of July Parade, the Memorial Day Ceremony, Trucktober, or Community Safety Night?
C.
Is correct. Parks and Recreation puts on Trucktober.
October.
What was the name of the team that won this year's Factathlon tournament? Was it 1M, 1T, 1P?
A.
That is correct. Temple Shalom Emes annual Purim celebration always includes a spirited modern retelling of the original Purim story. This year's retelling was based on which popular 2023 blockbuster film? Was it A, Oppenheimer?
Barbie.
Barbie is correct. Point for the Silver Brigade.
How did they get it first of all? How did they get it?
He reads the news.
Yeah, and I watched the movies.
Name the hosts of BCAT's coverage of Truck Day for the past 2 years.
You?
That's incorrect. I produce it, but I don't host it.
Same thing.
Yep.
Juliana
Take your
McGrain.
time.
That's one.
Oh, I gotta get two.
I need both.
You need both.
Take your time. You have
Robert Parrish.
That is incorrect. It is Juliana McGrain and Arushi Daima. All right. Which selectman who recently retired was also a former member
Mike Runyon.
is correct. Point for the Silver Brigade.
thinking-
What is the name of the weekly program that features specials and series from BCAT's past?
Closet Classics?
Is correct. Who is the larger-than-life pig that paid a visit to the town common during last year's Celebrate Burlington? Was it A, Gilbert the Party Pig, B, Peppa Pig, C, Big Poppy the Pig, or D, Gumby?
Gumby?
That is incorrect.
Well, we got a 33% chance, but I don't think we take
I don't know
it.
that.
You can pass if you want.
We'll pass.
It is Gilbert the Party Pig.
Alright.
All right. What was the name of the PSA longtime BCAT volunteer Brandy Sales produced?
100% the future.
That is correct. That was a softball for you.
I was in that one.
Over the summer of 2023, the street leading to Burlington High School was renamed after a beloved.
Dottie Bartlett.
That is correct. Name the hosts of BCAT's coverage of the 4th of July parade for the past 2 years.
Chris Flaherty.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Oh, Linda. Do we have choices or?
No, it's not. It's not a.
Oh,
Pass. Pass.
yeah, we're doing a pass. They
Okay.
say
It was Chris Rose and Gretchen Carey.
Yeah, no.
Name the elected official that produces and hosts a program on our government channel. Is it District Attorney Marianne Ryan, Congressman?
Ken Gordon.
Ken Gordon?
Yeah, he buzzed in.
He
Sorry.
did? Oh, you
Yes.
got it,
Ken
okay.
Gordon?
Which of these volunteers has not been a panelist on These Old Farts yet? A, Colleen Moore, B, Pat Moreno, C, Phil Gallagher, or D, Bill Hayes.
Bill Hayes.
Hayes.
Oh, come on.
Good job, Nick. Good job.
Ah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
Sorry,
Thank
you
you.
laid it up
Next
there,
time,
You made
Chris.
it so
Right
obvious,
there.
Chris. You made it so
What
obvious.
was the name of the travel series hosted by volunteer Jack Gilbert? Was it A, Jack of All Travels, B, Gilbert Around the Globe, C, Hit the Road with Jack, or D, Where in the World is Jack Gilbert? Yes, Nick.
Oh, let me cook.
You got a
Don't
1 in
cook
4
too long.
chance.
No.
5,
B?
4 is incorrect.
We'll
So-
pass.
We'll pass. It was Hit the Road with Jack. All right. This past spring, Elizabeth Fuller did a B News report on the Fine family who just ran the Boston Marathon for the A, the 13th time, B, the 10th time, C, the 25th time, or D, the 3rd time.
10th?
That is correct. Which of the following governing boards do not meet regularly on Tuesday nights, which we broadcast live on Facebook and television? Is it A, School Committee, B, Board of Appeals, C, Conservation Commission, or D, Board of Health?
Conservation.
That is correct.
Nice job.
Up until 2021, the Burlington varsity football team annually faced off against who on Thanksgiving Day? Was it A, the Bedford Buccaneers, B, the Lexington Minutemen?
Lexington.
That is correct. Point for the Silver Brigade.
Thinking that.
In 2022, BHS TV produced a 60-second short film titled Anatidaephobia. Anatidaephobia is the fear of salt water, mortality, ants, or that one is constantly being watched or followed by a duck.
D.
That is correct.
That
I
one's
remember
out.
that one.
Which of these is not a podcast produced at BCAT? Is it A, Moving and Grooving with Ellen, B, Healthy Hypnosis, the podcast, C, Breaking Bread with Sourdough Brandon, or D, This is Frank Tamilio?
Breaking
Frank Tamilio.
That is incorrect.
C. Breaking
Oh, I got
bread.
Breaking Bread is not a
I knew
podcast
it.
produced.
Yeah.
Brad.
Oh, yes.
All right. Where does BCAT not have robotic cameras installed? Is it A, the Town Hall Meeting Room, the Fogelberg Performing Arts Center, the School Committee Meeting Room, or the Murray Kelly Wing at the...
D.
D is correct. All right. This is not a multiple choice. What is the name of the iconic puppet that hosted a Friday night talk show on BCAT for years? His portrait hangs in the staff's production area.
New Robert?
That is incorrect.
It's not New Robert.
Are we looking for the,
Robert was born
are
again.
we looking, never mind. Corey McNeil's puppet?
Yeah, if you have his name, you can say it.
Yeah, my name,
Do you have
Corey
the-
McNeil.
Do you have a
I can't
name of the puppet?
No, I can't name the
Okay,
puppet.
so you pass.
I pass.
Red sock.
There he is.
All right.
No, I would not have got that.
Sarah Eshelman is not only the journalism teacher at Burlington High School, but she also advises the newspaper club. Both the class and club work on the publication of the school newspaper, which is titled A, The Devil's Sunrise, B, Speak of the Devils, C, The Devil's Advocate, or D, The Cambridge Street Times.
Devil's Advocate.
That is correct.
I would not have got that. Good job.
Members of BCAT's Video Vacation Week often produce their own stop-motion films with Legos and clay, and sometimes feature unique takes on popular characters from film and TV. Which of the following has not been featured? A, Grimace, B, Spider-Man, C, Star Wars, or D, Pac-Man?
B.
That is incorrect.
Oh, I think
Nope.
I know it.
A.
Grimace is correct.
Even I knew that.
I tricked you.
Grimace?
I tricked you.
Even I knew Grimace
Oh,
was.
come
Even
on.
I knew Grimace. People of my generation would not know who Grimace was.
All of them were.
All right.
All of them were involved.
Which
First
of these
not.
sculptures in the Burlington Sculpture Park was purchased from Ukrainian artist Nikita Zagura? A, Follow Your Heart, so it's the red one with the stick figures holding the heart.
Yellow cherries.
Do you have the name?
No.
I will give it to you anyway. Global warming.
Oh, come on.
Buzzed in.
Something to do global warming.
Nice.
As it was reported by B News student reporter Carter Ames, how many Marshall Simon students
7.
is correct? Who hosts the BCAT produced sports podcast New England Sports Talk?
You tell us. Do we have choices?
No, sorry, no multiple choices here.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Do we pass, guys? Do we pass?
I don't know, Kyle Singer?
That's correct.
Wow.
What?
Oh, nice.
That's wild.
Wow.
And our final
Rigged.
Our final and probably most important question. Which of these songs has Chris Flaherty not lip-synced in his Lipped Up series? Is it A, Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, B, the Pokemon theme song, C, A Few of My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music, or D, Shake It Off by Taylor Swift? Don't disappoint me.
Wait, hold on. What was the question again?
Oh, I can't. No, you buzzed in.
Oh!
It's not B.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
B. It's not B. It's agreed.
Okay, it's A?
is incorrect. I'm disappointed.
I think I know what it was.
All right.
Shake it off.
New favorites. And our final score, the Silver Brigade walks away with the win with 10 points. The Vias Mafia has fought valiantly with 5 points. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to throw it to the BCAT board.
Thank you, Chris. And congratulations. Congratulations to our Silver Brigade. You can find the full batch on BCAT's YouTube channel right now. Well, not now, because you're here. I would now like to take a moment to introduce our board of directors. Phil Gallagher, our vice president. Roger Riggs, our treasurer. Gretchen Carey. Bob Krieg. Ernie Cavino. Steve Morin. Mike Espejo, and Sonia Rollins. Sonia was unable to be here tonight. However, she helped us with setting up everything you see here, including the food and the mocktails presented this evening. I would like to recognize our longtime board member, Brad Bond, who recently resigned. He served on the board for 17 years. He first joined the board in 2007 as the select board appointee. He was always an active board member and soon became vice president. A heartfelt thank you to Brad, who stepped up and became our third president in a critical time in BCAT's history in 2013, when we suddenly lost our president, Rick Carwan. He served as president until 2016. Brad, that is. After stepping down as president, he continued to work on the board, providing vital organizational history, and was a strong helping hand in securing our 20-year contract renewal with the town. Thank you, Brad. Another big recent change was with our staff. Production coordinator John Vias resigned after 7 years of service. John served BCAT through the pandemic and has certainly left his mark here at BCAT. A few of John's accomplishments we'd like to recognize tonight are that he produced and directed the July 4th parade coverage since joining our team. He led our middle school program virtually during the pandemic and continued to keep it strong as we came out of that pandemic. He produced many live stream coverage events during the pandemic for parents who could not attend in person. He produced our football coverage for several years. He served as liaison for our coverage of the Mystic Chorale concerts, and he was also the voice of our awards clips. He produced countless engaging news stories, making connections all across the community, and always had time after hours to have fun helping out the staff with their projects. We put together a video highlighting some of John's accomplishments.
The young tech wizards of DevilBots 2876 have brought their latest creation to life.
You know, as a Jedi Knight, it's a calling, ability to use the Force and energy to affect positive behavior in the universe.
Things aren't the way we want them to be right now, but we've been pulling through, creating and making memories in different ways.
Thank you, John, for your years of service and helping to strengthen our community. I'd like to welcome our newest staff member, Varys Connolly, who had big shoes to fill. but is no stranger to BCAT. Varys was once a video voyager, a member of our high school club, and interned with BCAT during college. So welcome, Varys. Where are you? Okay, there you are. Now, one of my favorite parts of the evening, let's take a look back at the past year.
Happy birthday, Burlington!
Confident that things will continue to be well in Burlington. The people in this room do an outstanding job.
There's always a story to tell, there are always unique stories, and every voice is important.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? Are you kidding me?
Can we leave now?
Can I see it? Roll it back.
Thank you, Chris, for putting that together. It really is my favorite. Now, I would like to welcome our trophy team to the stage to show off this year's gift. This year's gift is a BCAT umbrella, but not just any umbrella. You broke it already? Okay, yours will work. Press the button. Oh, button is, there you go. Woo. Okay. So this year's gift is, as you can see, a BCAT umbrella, but not just any umbrella. It's an inverted umbrella. It's easy to open, relatively. Oh, it's easy to open from cars and doorways. He wasn't in a car or doorway. And it's easy to close when you duck out of the rain. It closes with the wet side inside, so your water is contained and even stands up to dry. These umbrellas are perfect for those rainy day shoots. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, now I can't read. The sun is so bright and I'm so blind. So we hope you have all received your red carpet gift, BCAT sunglasses. These fun sunglasses offer 100% UV protection and are perfect for those shoots on sunny days. Rain or shine, BCAT has you covered. Thank you, trophy team. Before we get started with the awards, I have the honor of taking a look back at several important members of our community who we've recently lost. Let's take another look.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Open for Discussion. This is a live show on BCAT. This is such a wonderful honor. I'm just thrilled.
My fickle friend, the summer wind.
She is going along. Could you... start with Peter. Joan, you're quite a volunteer.
Well, we try. It's a lot of fun.
I hear nothing but marvelous things about you.
I just wanted to call in and say that Joan is one of the finest ladies I know.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
And I can't thank you enough for all the help that you've given me.
This Lifetime Achievement Award is going to a very special and valued volunteer at BCAT, none other than Joan Rolfe.
Wow, what a great day to be fishing.
Oh, boy. Did you see what I caught?
What did you catch?
Look at that big guy.
Holy cow.
How did you do? Hi, I'm Bill Boudreau, Assistant Recreation Director of your Recreation Department. We're here in Neshoba Valley for the Recreation Department's Youth Ski Program. You can see a lot of lights, a lot of glitter. So you can see all the young kids here enjoying themselves with their skating, with their friends. That's a big wave to the camera.
I became a call man, and I liked it so much I took the exam and I went on the fire department in late 59, early 60. Most firefighters really want to be firefighters. Yep. It's a job that encourages younger people to come along to take the job and do the job, and we have a lot of great guys in the fire department. I guess after spending so many years in the fire department, I kind of thought just jokingly maybe someday that I would start a museum.
Ubiquitous with the Fay Fire Museum is Al's 1940 Ford open cab fire pumper.
He served on many boards in town, many capacities, and been Mr. Volunteer. Oh, by the way, this is the mayor of Burlington, in case you missed that.
You know, a lot of people have said that BCAT is like family. And yeah, I'm sure you know. So thank you everyone for your service, and thank you to our friends who have moved on. So now it's time for happier times. I would like to begin our awards this evening by asking Phil Gallagher to the podium.
Thank you, President Linda. One of BCAT's greatest strengths is keeping the community connected and informed. Through our daily newsletter, weekly news, and social media, BCAT brings you the stories about Burlington's town government, business, schools, and the people of Burlington themselves. While the staff works hard to bring you all the Burlington news, it's a community effort. Many people volunteer their time on a regular basis to contribute to our news. Tonight, we'd like to honor 3 reporters who took the time and initiative to contribute reports to B News Weekly. The first award is for excellence in student reporting for middle school student, and it goes to Evan McNamee for his story, Burlington's Voted 2. Evan, come on up, please.
At the recent town election held at Burlington High School on April 6th, while the adults were voting in their section of the gym, the students also voted.
I think it's a great thing. I think Amy Warfield, our town clerk, sets that up, has been doing it for years, and it's really important to help students understand how important it is to vote.
I'm always happy to have the students come out and vote and start to participate in this thing we call democracy.
Everybody's excited about getting the new I voted stickers that the students actually created. So it's just been a wonderful day.
From B News Weekly, I'm Evan McNamee.
I'd like to also mention that Evan has a tremendous amount of experience behind the camera in the control room. He's directed many episodes of B News Weekly.
Well, I don't really know what to say other than a few things. Thanking my parents for being free chauffeurs. I'm not paying them. And also, on a previous note of my past, second grade me would be extremely happy to be standing behind the podium instead of next to it. But overall, I just want to thank my parents, thank BCAT, and just really everyone who helped me do what I'm able to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. The next award is for excellence in student reporting for a high school student, and it goes to Anthony Matos for his coverage of Burlington's softball's first state championship win. Anthony traveled to Amherst to follow the team to their historic win. Anthony, please come up.
For the first time in school history, the Lady Devils softball team has won the state championship. It all went down at Sortino Field at UMass Amherst on June 18th. Miraculously, Tewksbury would tie the game in the bottom of the 7th, 9-9. The Devils held on in the top of the 8th with 1 run, taking the lead 10-9.
Burlington has never gotten a state title. This is for everybody in Burlington. It's for all the alumni softball players. So proud of us and so happy for us, and I can't believe it.
I had told her at the beginning of the year this is going to be my last year. I was thinking about leaving last year, but I just thought this year had the potential.
Congrats, ladies, on a great season, and we look forward to seeing the team back in action next spring at Marvin Field. From Sortino Fields, I'm Anthony Matos for B News Sports.
We're pleased to mention that Anthony will be interning with us this summer, continuing his experience not only in front of the camera, but behind in production. Welcome.
Thank you, Phil. I just want to thank Jen Dodge for the opportunity to work with BCAT. I mean, the last 8 years working with them has been just an honor. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, whatever it was. And my parents for driving me around everywhere, and all the sports announcing. The football crews, Mike, Bill Hayes, Robert, especially Robert, love Robert. The high school club I've grown up with over the years, and just everyone at BCAT, just thank you for the opportunity.
The third award for news reporting excellence goes to Elizabeth Fuller for her story, Burlington Residents Raise Funds for the 10th Boston Marathon. Elizabeth followed the couple into Boston to document their story. I think Elizabeth has a prior engagement, so I will accept the award on her behalf.
Laced up and ready to hit the race course, Burlington residents Courtney and Ryan Fine are gearing up for their 10th consecutive Boston Marathon.
So we're passionate about giving back to MGH because they were there for us when we needed them the most.
Journey began 10 years ago. Sometimes Ryan and I run together, sometimes we take turns. This year we're fortunate enough for both of us to be running. Behind the scenes, we could absolutely not do any of this without the support of our family and friends, but especially our 3 daughters. In order to grow, you have to invite in some discomfort, and it's taught perseverance, strength, resilience.
You always tell them you can do hard things. If you put your mind to it, you know, when the mountain seems big, figure out a way to get over it.
For B News, I'm Elizabeth Fuller.
Thank you to all our volunteers who make BCAT a community organization. I'd like to welcome Stephen Warren to the podium.
Thanks, Phil. Each week, we accept submissions for our B News Photo of the Week. We have many regular contributors, including many BCAT members and also new contributors who submit each week. Each year we put them all together and ask the community to vote for their favorite to be named Photo of the Year. This is the 3rd year we've awarded a winner for the Photo of the Year, and it's now Mary Leach's 3rd win. Congratulations, Mary. Come on up. The 2023 Photo of the Year was a beautiful reflection at Mill Pond Reservoir captured by Mary. Recent rains had replenished the reservoir, creating a deep blue palette for sky reflections, and it's great to see it get full. Congratulations. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you very much. I think that what BCAT does for our community in Burlington is such a wonderful service, and you guys really are the news source for Burlington, and I appreciate having a place to share my love of all the natural things in our town. So thank you very much, and I'm very honored.
Now I'm pleased to present a new special recognition category for Outstanding Community Partner. For this recognition, we'd like to recognize a BHS teacher who has gone above and beyond for many years. 5 years ago, we teamed up with journalism teacher Sarah Eshelman to produce a weekly news series for BHS. She has been the key in making this happen each week throughout the school year. This past year, she took on an additional role, co-hosting our first B News podcast, The Burlington Brief. Each week, she works with our news producer, Sydney Bowles, to break down the news of the week in a digestible format for the community. Unfortunately, Sarah wasn't able to make it this evening, but we'll make sure she receives her gift. Now let's welcome Gretchen Kerr.
Tonight, I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing some very important volunteers. As we continue to build our volunteer base after the pandemic, it has become evident to us the loyalty and dedication of several volunteers who have been involved with BCAT for, in many cases, over 20 years. They may have had a hiatus as people's lives get busy. However, these volunteers have all made significant contributions to BCAT. The first volunteer we'd like to recognize is Brandy Sales. Brandy started with BCAT in middle school. He produced his own show in high school called Time Out, Let's Talk, which his mother hosted. After college, Brandy worked part-time with BCAT and helped create our current middle school program, Video Voyagers. Brandy left BCAT for full-time work. However, he has always returned to volunteer his time and lead activities with our video clubs. He also joined our board of directors until he moved to Tennessee. This year, he led projects with both of our clubs remotely from Tennessee. Brandy was hoping to make it home for this event tonight. Unfortunately, he was not able to. However, he did send us this clip. Let's take a look.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandy Sales and I'm here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Sorry I couldn't be with all of you this evening, and I am very honored to be recognized as a veteran volunteer. Now, let me tell you, in 1992, when I first walked into BCAT, I had no idea what it would do for me for the rest of my life. Now, as a volunteer, I worked on so many shows, but I think one of the biggest impacts that I had on the Burlington community was producing a show with my mom, where I gave teenagers a voice in the Burlington community. And that's something that I would challenge all of you to do, is to make sure that you use video and BCAT to be a voice for our community. Now, in the end, I want to say something directly to the Video Voyagers, because that is something else that I keep near to my heart, is being the person that founded the Video Voyagers. And I want to say to all of the Voyagers in the room, keep producing video and keep learning video, because it can become a giant part of your life and take you to places that you can never imagine. Now, BCAT, I want to say thank you for all of that you have given to me, a lifetime of memories and a lifetime of opportunities.
Thank you, Brandy. Our next volunteer is Chris Rose. Chris was very active with BCAT throughout high school, helping out with many productions, but most notably, he was the co-host of Trivia Challenge, a very popular and fun live game show on BCAT. Chris has always stayed in touch with BCAT and helped out here and there. However, during the pandemic, Chris had more availability and was interested in getting more involved. He has been the voice of the July 4th parade, which I've had the pleasure of co-hosting with him over the past 2 years. He also helps as crew wherever he can, whether it's live election night, sports coverage, or covering events at the library. Thank you, Chris. Come on up.
Good to see you. Would you like to take yours? Yes, I could.
I did write some stuff down, but what you had on there, Gretchen, was pretty much everything that I wrote down. I started as a volunteer in high school back in the 90s. Had the opportunity to work with a lot of great folks during the time. I got a chance to co-host one of the most fun shows at the time, which was a trivia contest that was a live call-in before the internet, so people couldn't cheat. And then I ended up having to split a lot of my time with my other volunteer family, which is the Burlington Players Theater Group. And eventually the Burlington Players won, and I just wasn't able to devote a lot of time to BCAT, and I moved out of Burlington for a few years. Yeah, and as luck, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but as luck would have it, the world shut down with the pandemic, which means all the time that I was spending at the Burlington Players, I couldn't do, because they had to close the theater doors for at least a year. And I was watching, BCAT had to do their annual meeting that year virtually, and I was watching it on YouTube. And as soon as I was done with it, I emailed Jen and I said, hey, you guys are doing a great job over there. Do you need any volunteers? Because apparently I got some free time in the evenings and weekends. And she welcomed me back without any hesitation. And yeah, I got a chance to film a lot of stuff for the town of Burlington, and the fact that you all had faith in me to co-host the 4th of July parade, thank you so much. It's been a great opportunity, so thank you. And the last thing I say, I won't regret the time that I missed from BCAT, I'm going to look forward to the future opportunities that we have with BCAT. So thank you all so much.
I have to say I'm spoiled having had him as a co-host, my first co-host on a TV show, because he was such a pleasure to work with. All right. Our next volunteer is Sue Linder. Sue worked part-time at BCAT way back in the beginning. However, she made her mark at BCAT as a volunteer. She was a core volunteer with BCAT for many, many years, helping with big event coverage, including parades, Celebrate Burlington, and the Santa Show. She was also the regular director for many years of the long-running show Open for Discussion. Sue took a hiatus for several years. However, she returned this year, and we are so happy to see her back in action. Come on up, Sue.
So I started BCAT probably, oh, sorry, I think I have to eat it, right? I started volunteering with BCAT back in 1988 through my father, Dick Linder. And I wasn't interested. And then a couple years later, I was in the parade, and back in like 91, Sarah Twist came up to me, I need help for a school committee meeting, and that got me hooked. And like you said, I've done a lot of things. I did have to go into retirement because of a job change, and at the same time, both my parents got sick. And then Jen for last year's meeting, she was dedicating, doing a dedication to my father, and she welcomed me back, I think for the 4th of July parade. And it's kind of like, the comeback is kind of like how it got started. And I'm making a very slow comeback. I was supposed to do a These Old Fats show a couple of weeks ago, but I got exposed to COVID, believe it or not, in the middle of May. So I'm looking forward to doing more volunteer work. My job office was Ipswich back in 2010, but I work from home now, and I live in Tewksbury, and I'm very close by. So I just want to say thank you, and thank my father too for getting me involved. Thanks to all the staff, all the volunteers, and so on and so forth.
Thank you, Sue. And yes, Dick Linder was a cherished member of the BCAT family for many, many, many years. Last but definitely not least is Jack Gilbert. Jack was both a producer and volunteer for BCAT from 2005 through the early 2010s. Jack produced BCAT's only travelogue show called Hit the Road with Jack, where he explored places such as the Amalfi Coast, Niagara Falls, and Paris, France. Jack also is the regular part of our football crew, and as well as crewed for countless other productions. He was awarded the Volunteer of the Year in 2008. Jack took a hiatus for many years. However, our sports producer, Robert Paris, convinced him to join his football crew this year, and we're very happy to see Jack back. Come on up, Jack.
Well, I really didn't expect this tonight, but thank you very, very much for the opportunity to work with BCAT. It's always been a pleasure and a lot of fun. For a while there, I had taken the hiatus for about 15 years, believe it or not, and that's because I was taking a lot of time in my job, so I didn't have the opportunity. But Robert Harris called me and said, and John Lee also called and said, can you help with the football games again? And my son had graduated from Burlington High School and played football, and I had done all of the football games, both home and away. And at that point in time, I said, yeah, it'd be fun to get back. In fact, in one of the games this year, my son, once again, who played football for Burlington High, came with me to one of the games, and he got on the camera. It was really great to have him on the camera, and he enjoyed it. When I told him about tonight, he said, gee, I would have probably come tonight if I could have, having had volunteered one time. But maybe we'll get him again this year during the football season. But again, thank you very, very much, and BCAT's the greatest. We love it. Thank you so much.
I have to say, BCAT is such a family-oriented group. It's amazing. I know my daughter was once the youngster handing out the umbrellas about 15 years ago. So, yes, it comes around back for a lot of us. All right, thank you and congratulations, Jack. Now I'd like to welcome Roger Riggs to the stage.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Outstanding Awards for Overall Production Excellence. I'm a little taller, I guess. I want to begin by recognizing the overall producer for excellence of Special. Many hours of coordination, writing, and edits and reworking the material go into making this production complete and an important story to be shared not only with the Burlington community, but with the world. Rabbi Susan Abramson interviewed her cousins who had to flee their home after the October 7th attacks in Israel and put together a special production to tell their story. Let's take a look.
Welcome to this special edition of Spiritually Speaking. Within a day or two after Hamas invaded Israel on October 7th, 2023, my cousins Daniel, Amit, and their 3-year-old daughter Neve evacuated from their kibbutz along the Lebanese border.
It really was a real nightmare. Nothing was clear, nothing was everything was in the air. I felt like I was crying from the inside.
24/7.
Yeah, for the whole day.
The fear, the instability, the trauma of everyone suffering from this horrific conflict.
Not for kids, that's for sure, because you can't explain them, oh, that's our military, or no, that's not our military. You can't explain them. Boom is a boom, you know?
Shalom, salam, shanti, peace. Thank you so very much for this award. It really means so much to me, particularly this episode, which is about my cousins who were living along the Lebanese border in northern Israel. And on October 8th, right after the horrible invasion from Gaza, they had to be evacuated to a safer area in Israel right along Lake Kinneret. And they've been living there ever since as refugees. And so our hearts and minds are with them as they continue to be refugees and have no idea when they'll be able to go back, because every single day rockets are being launched from Lebanon into northern Israel, and they just have no idea what's going to happen. And they hear the sirens almost every day, and they hear the planes going overhead, and it's really, really a horrible situation. So we pray for peace, we pray for them, we pray for everybody who's enduring this horrible situation in the Middle East. Thank you very much again.
The next production we are recognizing is the Outstanding Production Short. This production is a project Brandy Sales facilitated for our high school club. 3 groups were tasked with creating a video expressing an emotion of anxiety one would feel on a film set, using voiceovers, music, and sound effects. All 3 groups produced impressive videos. However, one group took it to another level. The group named the Birthday Boys spent extra time perfecting their project, and it showed. Let's take a look.
Life's too fast to capture. I feel like I'm never on point or on time. Everything is so demanding. I never have time. My head is so cluttered. Not even my own sleep can I get a break.
I wish I was like the others. I wish I wasn't tethered, but I'm stuck here, operated like a camera.
Get up, Franklin! Why did I hire you?
I wish he had told me it was just a dress rehearsal. thank you so much. I don't have a speech prepared, but I only joined BCAT like 2 days before this, or like a couple days before this. So sadly, the rest of my group couldn't make it. They're either at semi or sick. But I have so appreciated BCAT for everything it is since I've joined, and I've had so much fun here. It's really been such an honor to be in this amazing group of people. So thank you so much.
The next award is for the Outstanding Public Service Announcement. This PSA was produced by our video Voyagers and overseen by Brandy Sales as well. Over Zoom, Brandy taught the Voyagers the basic fundamentals of shot composition and production roles with a PSA that asks the viewer, "Do you know the real me?" The result was powerful. Let's take a look.
When people look at me, they think, I like music, I'm quiet, and that I'm a surfer dude.
When people look at me, they think I'm quiet, they think I'm not athletic, and they underestimate me overall.
When people look at me, they think I'm quiet, I don't like sports, and that I'm not smart.
When people get to know me, they realize I'm funny, kind, and I'm a scout.
They know that I'm kind and a very intelligent person. I'm very athletic, very social.
They know that I like video games, I play an instrument, and I'm a scout.
I am 100% the future.
I am the future 100%.
And I'm 100% the future.
Hello, my name is Aaron Trickett. I was one of the directors for the 100% the Future project.
Hello, I am Cody Lynch. I did audio and I was behind the camera.
Hello everybody, my name is Lucian, and what I enjoyed when working on the We Are the Future PSA was working with other Voyagers.
I enjoyed directing everyone, making sure everyone was doing the right thing. Shout out to Brandy, he did great.
I learned a couple of camera skills.
I'll be honest, I really enjoyed this. I found it to be very educational. What I learned was some self-control and how PSAs are quite important.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's welcome Bob Krieg for our next award.
Obviously, somebody's a lot taller than I am. Over the last year, several new series have popped up on BCAT, increasing our vibrant and diverse catalog of programming. Each of these new series is a prime example of our volunteers' talent and dedication, but one producer gave 110% to ensure that their series was the best production possible. After joining the ranks and earning our Enthusiastic Newcomer Award last year, Christina Nicholas took the initiative to produce her own series, covering issues of interest to the Burlington community and beyond. We can't wait to see what issues she dives into on her next show. It is my pleasure to award the Outstanding New Series Award to The Discourse Dive. Christina, come on up.
Hello and welcome to the Discourse Dive. I'm your host, Christina Nikitas. Delighted to hear from you. Should you have any further questions for our guests?
Questions about what our responsibilities are to other people.
But I have a set of goals. I think it's important for us all to have goals in our positions.
The reading interests of the incarcerated population we find mostly mirror the reading interests of the non-incarcerated population.
Thank you for spending time with us. From all of us here at BCAT and the Discourse Dive, until we meet again.
To take this off sometimes. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to everyone who's been an award recipient tonight. I'm honored to be in such company and part of the BCAT family. If I can get through this without tearing, that would be a good thing. I want to thank each member of the BCAT Board of Directors BCAT staff, and I'm very appreciative for this award. It means so much. I'm very honored. Thank you. So the discourse dive was accidentally born out of my passion for a story after I encountered a volunteer for the prison book program who was sourcing books at the Friends of the Library book sale. I went to Jen Dodge, the executive director who keeps the BCAT universe on its axis. Welcome back, Jen. I was hoping to get the story out there in the ether, somehow by somebody, and then she planted the seed. I was terrified. I slept on it, thought about it, and thought, well, maybe I can. I'm indebted to you, Jen, for planting that seed and for your confidence in me and for your time and support in this very fragile adventure of mine. Thank you. Then I found myself on the precipice of a chasm, which turned into a learning curve, thinking, oh no, how do I learn the art of interviewing overnight? So enter Super Bowls. This is a nod to her fantasy football name and her superpowers. That's Sydney Bowles. She spent countless hours answering my questions. She's one of these uber talented people that are over the top talented, you know, a journalist, a reporter, a news director. And she spent time with me generously and tutored me and also debriefed after my first initial show recording. So thank you so much, Sydney, for that. I won't forget it, and I certainly appreciate. I'll always be grateful to you for that. Then there's Chris Flaherty. Christoph, another way over the top, uber talented individual, and well, let's say talented in everything. We worked on the graphics for the intro to the show. I presented some graphic elements, an outline, music, and a vision for the intro. In his Adobe Premiere program, he instinctually knew exactly how to translate and actualize my vision and generously incorporated, thank goodness, his own expertise as well. And the intro took shape. So it's such a thrill to watch you work, Chris. You're a magician, truly a magician. How generous you were with your time and support. Thank you. I will never forget it. I'll always be indebted to you for that. So I want to thank also the BCAT alums, James Hurley and Aaron Kerr, for their support during the development of the show. Consulting with them for their input was so helpful to me. It was a great support as well. Thank you. And of course to the crew who makes it all happen, right? Chris Flaherty, Ferris Connolly, John Vias, and the staff members are the staff members. And then James Hurley, my technical director, Susan Linder, Bill Hayes. There you are, Bill. Thank you so much for making yourselves available for this new show and for all the time and support given me. So in closing, I just want to accept this award with the utmost gratitude. But please know I share it with you, each of you mentioned. You're such an intrinsic part of this show at every stage of it. So here's to you. Thank you.
Our next award, I'm proud to present, exemplifies excellence. This person is a natural talent and has dedicated his time and energy to help BCAT produce professional election coverage for over 10 years. The word is spread, and he is now known in the region as a talent for moderating debates. It's my pleasure to award Alan Folds with the Excellence in Election Coverage.
Welcome to Burlington's Candidate Forum. My name is Alan Folds, and I'll be moderating the discussion. Well, if everyone's all set, we will get started. This is your chance to have a direct say in how your town is governed, how Burlington operates. Make sure you take advantage of that right and responsibility. After that, our press panel will ask questions of the candidates. Each candidate will have 90 seconds to respond. Now we move to the next portion of the forum, where each of you gets to ask the other a question. The questions must be answerable by both candidates. Well, that brings us to the end of the forum. Thank you to Jen Dodge and the rest of the staff and volunteers here at BCAT for making this forum happen. Thank you for watching.
I've just been informed that Alan Folds is not able to join us, so I will accept his award and keep it. Our next award goes to a person who has been around BCAT since she was a baby. However, she took on a new role this year. She's been involved with BCAT through the years, was part of our high school club, and now has returned back home after college. She has graciously agreed to co-host a couple of big events in town for us, and she has been a natural. For excellence in field talent, Elizabeth Bond, come on up.
I'm Elizabeth Bond.
Elizabeth, what are you excited for?
I just want to eat food.
It's going to be so great.
Here with Elizabeth Bond. Elizabeth, how are you tonight?
I'm great, Chris. How are you? I am here with the man who makes this happen. Could you tell me a little bit about why Eversource is here today? So this looks absolutely amazing. Can you tell me about the process? That's probably the thing that has shocked me the most. It's a Tuesday. This is wild.
We are a bowling alley after all, so wouldn't be a part of our King's ambiance overall if we didn't incorporate some semblance of a bowling alley.
What's your favorite part about the holiday season? Oh, wow, it's so great to have you here. This looks delicious. I have to come back next year.
What was your favorite thing that you had?
I think Tuscan Kitchen and that pasta dish that had the cheese on it. That's as old as I am. Thank you so much for this award. And thank you so much for inviting me back. It was so cool to get back in front of the camera and be part of the process again. I really did miss it while I was away at school. And then also just thank you to BCAT for just always being there for me. Truly, BCAT is family to me. The staff there has seen me grow up, and yeah, I'm truly grateful for all you've done for me throughout the years and all the support you've given me. So thank you so much.
I'd like to welcome Mike Espejo.
Thank you, Bob. BCAT truly is a family, and I love the enthusiasm that we see from the students. And now we're going to go to probably the moment they've all been waiting for. For the second year in a row, I'm pleased to recognize participants in both of our video club who went above and beyond. A large part of the club experience happens outside of the club. Participants are encouraged to volunteer for a variety of productions and projects where they learn firsthand how to use BCAT equipment. As an incentive, they earn checks for the different projects they volunteer for. This year, we made it more interesting and added a weighted scale to encourage experience in all areas of production, not just one. The result? We had the most highly competitive and involved group of students seeking to top the chart with checks. Starting with our high school club, we have a couple of runners-up who weren't able to make it tonight. Those students are Nick Guerrero and Gwyneth McNamee. And the BHS TB student with the most checks for the second year in a row is Juliana McGrain. Come on up, Juliana.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet with y'all. Thank you so much. Being in BCAT has been really an incredible experience for me. Shout out to Arushi Daima and everyone at this lovely table right here. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to everyone who works here. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Congratulations, Juliana. And now for the Video Voyagers. This year's group was a special group, and they were more active in volunteering than any other group in the past. Several participants worked very, very hard to earn the most checks. However, ultimately, only one could earn the most. They are Evan McNamee and Carter Ames.
Thank you, everybody. Just like to thank a few. Yeah, Chris, can you mic whatever? Hi. Oh, hello, guys. You guys can hear me now, right? Okay. Alrighty, I would just like to thank some people here. Thank you to the staff, Chris, Varys, Cindy, Jen, all of them, Robert, and to John back there. Thank you so much. You really helped me do this, so thank you. And also to all the rest of the Video Voyagers. It's been very competitive and a fun ride, so thank you.
The main thing I remember about this year actually started last year. At the end of the year, I think it was a track meet in late May. Aaron went up and said, hey, can you slow down next year so he can maybe get first? And I unknowingly did that. So congrats to Aaron for getting first. And like Carter said, been a great ride.
Congrats, guys. Thank you, Evan, for stealing my thunder. And finally, for the Video Voyager with the most checks, he spent countless hours at BCAT, crewing for studio productions, covering events throughout town, using our robotic cameras to cover town meetings or concerts, and he even created his own independent project. And the winner is Aaron Trickett. Congratulations, Aaron. Come on up.
Hi, everyone. I wrote a speech for this. I shouldn't have. So thank you to all my parents and guardians for bringing me to a total of 68 different recordings. I'm sorry. Thank you to Town Staff Act for helping me with government meetings and concerts. Thank you to Sydney Bowles for trusting me in B News. Thank you to Robert Paris for trusting me in sports productions and being the person to help me through my first BCAT production, which never aired because the internet broke. Big thank you to Chris Flaherty and Varys Conley, who are the current leaders of Video Voyagers, and they're the best leaders we could ever ask for. And I can never thank John Vias enough for bringing me into Video Voyagers in 6th grade, leading it for 2.5 years. All the Video Voyagers, thank you for all your effort. Thank you.
And now I'd like to welcome Ernie Cavino to the stage.
Thank you. Good evening. Directing something well is one thing. Directing something well and enthusiastically and consistently over many years is a very different thing. It's my true honor to present two important, technology eludes me here. Milestone awards to these two very dedicated producers. The first award we are presenting is These Old Farts. They reached their 200th episode just a few months ago, and it's produced by Bob Krieg, who is also on our board of directors, but consists of a regular panel that discusses hot topics of the day. Bob, can you come up and get your reward, and let's take a look at what you've been doing.
What do people do when they get sick, they're at that age, they may or may not have coverage to help them out?
Parents told me I had to eat asparagus. And it's a long drawn out story. I did not eat asparagus, remember back and I still don't eat asparagus.
Tells you it's not a bad job if you got 20 and 30 people applying for one position.
It's better than McDonald's.
Oh, come on, Paul.
Well, to do what I wanted to do, and I was very independent. And when I didn't do what I was supposed to do, my parents just said, "You do it, or you go spend quiet time."
Thinking it might be worthwhile talking about what's actually happening as opposed to what the news keeps running around saying is happening.
Our leaders should not be able to tweet while they're in the election.
You have 4 or 5 of us here. It's the beginning. You've got 5 guaranteed votes.
I'm not sure I would vote that.
I'm not sure, no, I don't know.
We were just discussing what it is we're going to talk about tonight, and we're going to start at least with the question of free speech.
No, I think we're all done.
No.
No, we're not. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Bob, can you maybe give us some info on what your inspiration was for this series and how you've managed to direct it so well for over all these years?
Peter Coppola is to blame for all of this. Many years ago, we were sitting around at, I believe, a New Year's Eve neighborhood party. And the girls, the women, the wives were in one room talking about things that you'll have to ask my wife about. And the guys were sitting out on the porch talking about what was going on in the world. And at one point, Peter said, we should put this on TV. And he twisted my arm for many, many months. And finally, we tried to do it in July of some year. Somebody's going to have to tell me which year. And it went well, so we just kept doing it. How do you keep doing it? Well, if you do a show once a month and manage to do 200, there are 2 things you learn. 1, you're very, very old. And 2, we always manage to find the most complicated way to do almost anything. And I have to congratulate the staff and the volunteers for figuring out how to get it done, which allowed me to do what I do best, which is argue. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, and congratulations. The next show, Something to Talk About, recently reached its 250th episode and is produced by our president, Linda McNamee. Linda is dedicated to her show and produces it regularly live twice a month on BCAT. Her show is a true community resource for happenings and events in Burlington. Congratulations, Linda. Let's take a look.
Hi, and welcome to Something to Talk About, where we discuss various issues and topics that affect our community. On tonight's episode, my guest is Arlene Duraco, who is the former host,
yes,
of Open for Discussion.
So I just went up to the mountains.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, had their wine, had their food, brought some
See,
home.
now it's harder to encounter that because everybody has cell phones and everybody can be contacted one way or another.
Yes.
Our next guest, Katie Nowalski. Nowasbiat. That's what happens when I don't look at my notes.
It was surprising how many people were like, I want to buy a ball of yarn, and we're running out. We had to buy more yarn. I'm like,
darn.
How did these many people at Burlington know how to knit?
I've been watching Rudolph, and everybody's kind of mean to Rudolph in that.
Yeah.
In that movie.
I mean,
And
now
remember
I think
that.
they would say it's bullying.
Yeah.
I think they're more making plans for that right now instead of deciding whether or not the Disney trip, but they'd probably announce it soon. It's definitely not happening this year.
And I also want to thank everyone at home for tuning in this evening. I hope you have been inspired and are ready to go out and conquer the world as well. So thank you for tuning in. Have a great night, and I'll see you around town. Good night.
Yeah, well, I don't know what's in your script. Give me a microphone. It's really dangerous. I would also thank Bob for his show as well. You're catching up, dude. You're catching up. I won't go into the whole story again, but BCAT is an amazing resource in our community. And when I first started volunteering, 20 years ago, I started getting involved behind the camera and doing whatever they wanted me to do. And I said, I will do whatever you want, but I don't want my own show. So we all know how that turned out. So I do want to thank everyone who has either been on the show, behind the scenes, or in any way supporting Something to Talk About, as well as any productions at BCAT. Thank you. So, thanks.
No, that's okay. I got this.
I got this. Okay, I got my script now. It's very dangerous if I go off script. So now I have the pleasure of presenting the final awards of the evening. Am I standing close enough? Okay, a little closer. Okay. The first is the BCAT Student Grant. This is a special award that we do not present every year. We present it when we have a senior who is deserving. This year, we have a very special senior who became a part of the BCAT family a long time ago. Well, not that long ago. The senior started as a video voyager in middle school. As he entered high school, he quickly realized that he had a passion for sports broadcasting. As a sophomore, he became our signature sports anchor for B News, as well as the host for the monthly B News sports show, B News Sports Hub. Last year, he was in the booth at Varsity Field with Mike Espejo, co-hosting our Red Devil football coverage. He announced countless other games, including boys and girls hockey, basketball, softball, baseball, volleyball, lacrosse, the list goes on. But it's safe to say you saw our sports producer, Robert Paris, at a game. You often saw the senior too. Sports wasn't the only thing that this senior was involved in. He volunteered his time to help with our video vacation week last year and has helped out working with the Voyagers. He has hosted our red carpet,
produced many news stories, covered events in town, crewed for news, hosted a podcast. If that wasn't enough, he even interned with BCAT during his senior internship. This senior not only handled all of this responsibility well, but he always did it with professionalism and maturity. If anyone doesn't know who I'm already talking about, this year's student grant is awarded to Anthony Matos.
Congratulations, sir. And a few more words.
Well, I won't waste your time any more than I did with my first speech. I wasn't expecting to get 2 tonight. The big thank yous to Jen. I mean, Jen was there day one. I mean, when I met Jen, I was thinking, oh, geez, this is the big boss. I got to impress Jen. And safe to say I did because I got the student grant. But football games with Robert, Mike, the whole football staff was just awesome. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I mean, I'm going for sports broadcasting in college, the next 4 years at Dean. Go Bulldogs. And whether it was reading The Grinch to kids during Christmas time, hosting BNews Sports Hub, or just car rides home with Robert, I mean, I wouldn't trade BCAT for the world. It's one big family. So thank you guys.
So Anthony, we do expect you back here in 4 years, okay? You don't get away that easily. All right. Our last award for this evening is for BCAT's Volunteer of the Year. This is also a special award we present to recognize a volunteer who goes above and beyond with their time and effort. This volunteer came to BCAT interested in learning more about video production and quickly became adept at doing just about everything at BCAT. He runs our robotic cameras for government meetings, covers events in town, has produced news stories, has both crewed and announced sports coverage, as well as edited highlights. He's a regular part of our news crew each week and has a genuinely pleasant person to have around BCAT on a regular basis. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's Volunteer of the Year is Bill Hayes. And one more.
This is certainly quite a surprise, especially when you look at the talent in the room and what we've seen on the board, the talent of the volunteers. It's just an honor to be a part of that. And I want to, I guess, start by thanking the BCAT staff, Jen and Sydney, Chris and Tad, John Bias, Rob, and a special shout out to Robert Paris. You know, the older you get, those of us in the room is moving on in years, you realize that your short-term memory really can go pretty quickly. And I can't tell you how many times I've had to say to all of these folks, what do I do again? How do I do that? What do I do? What button do I push? And the one thing that I learned is their patience with us is just incredible. Their knowledge is unsurpassable, really, from what I've seen. But it's the way they work with you and the patience that has really been an inspiration to me, quite candidly. The other thing that's been really encouraging to me is these young groups. I don't know the names. I know one of them is the Voyagers or the other, but the middle school and the high school groups. I originally went to school for radio and television, and I never pursued it. And I think if those programs that were around, that are around for these young kids today were around when I was going through it, I maybe would have stayed with it. But I'm inspired by the work that you guys do, really, and stay with it. If it is your passion, I really encourage you to stay with it. And I've just learned so much. I'll tell you this. I really didn't know a whole lot about BCAT until I arrived. And I originally went to school for radio and television sports broadcasting. And I wanted to be the next Kurt Gowdy. play-by-play broadcaster. And now I actually look forward to when the crew can get the football games and the hockey games done so I can watch Anthony Matos do his play-by-play on TV. You do a great job, Anthony, and you're going to do great at school. So I don't want to be labored. I'm very honored to be a part of this group. I want to again thank the staff, thank all the people, the volunteers. Most appreciative. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. Thank you to all of the volunteers, both those that have been recognized tonight, as well as everybody here in the room. You know, it really does take a village, and I know that sounds cliche, but it really does. So thank you for your continued dedication to BCAT. Thank you, everyone, for giving up your evening to come here tonight. I would also like to thank Lakashas for the amazing spread that we had tonight and that delicious cake. I would also like to thank the town of Burlington for allowing us to utilize this amazing venue of Grandview Farm. And now I look to my colleagues' board of directors for a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Thank you. Thank you. All in favor? And good night, everybody.